I've been working with couples for 20 years, and one of the main things I've learned is that what feels like home isn't often the healthiest thing. If you're feeling in your body so triggered by the person who you're the closest to, like you go through all these cycles of love and amazing connection to things just go too far and feel so damaging and hard to repair. This might be a cycle that you need to examine for yourself. People often blame the other person for the cycle continuing, but the only way that you're going to be able to have any impact on this toxic or chronic or conflictual cycle is to look at the part you play in it. What feels so familiar to you with this person? And why does this feel like home? There is usually a green flag at the beginning, like, oh, I feel so comfortable with this person, that turns into a red flag. And it's really hard to recognize when the switch happened from green to red, but it's important to. So, what feels so familiar, but then starts becoming so unhealthy? And maybe it's that you stop talking, maybe you withdraw, maybe you attack and get angry, maybe you also just push for the time of the relationship to heal without addressing what the chronic fighting is about. Sometimes I find that couples who have chronic patterns of toxicity, they don't even know what they're fighting about. They just have had the same fight that feels the same, and it creates a disconnect. It could wreck an evening, a celebration, or just make daily life really feel unsupportive. So if you're in a partnership and you really want it to work and you feel like this is your person, but there's another part of it that feels embarrassingly shameful, that you wouldn't even want to hear this story from your friend, then you might have to try to figure out how to break it down and look at your part of it without blaming yourself. Forgiveness is key. When we have a vulnerability, when we have a trauma, we often try to master it. I always think about this like a kid who is in a developmental stage and they always like to play the same game or they like to watch the same movie over and over again. And they do that because they're trying to master that and move on to the next developmental stage. Well, I think about this in relationships. There might be, and there must be, if you're having a chronic fight, argument, or negative cycle or pattern in your relationship, there must be something that you're trying to master and get. And sometimes we feel this intense connection with the person who we create conflict and toxicity with. It's like we're met, like our family life or our childhood wound is met, but then it's also ripped open. And that's the part to watch because you have a part in that. And that might mean not knowing where to set boundaries, not knowing where to pull back your own emotions, not knowing where you are in your body, like a dissociation. You can't even remember, those times that you drove your car, you can't even remember how you got to school or to work. It's kind of similar to that. So there are these points of calming down, slowing down, identifying, analyzing, trying to figure out if you can see yourself in it and if you can stay present enough to see the other person's cycle and pattern as well. What do you get caught up in that makes you not able to see? So remember, there's three parts. There's the trigger to toxic cycles, there's the reaction, and there's the reinforcement. So whenever there's a trigger, we feel it in our bodies. It means something to us. We give it meaning. We have a reaction to it. It's not a response. It's not like, slow down, I need to take a break. I don't want to explode here. I don't want to get your explosion. And then there's a reinforcement. And often the reinforcement is the feeling of abandonment. It's the feeling of loneliness. It's the feeling like I can't tolerate this. And that's the reinforcement. We give up something to go back into the cycle. I really like to look with couples and with individuals who are really curious about the painful cycles that they're in with their partner. I really like to break it down and look at what's actually going on with them and break it down step by step so they can actually see themselves doing this and they can stay in present time in a responsive state so they can track where they go, what happens to them, and why they end up in the cycle to begin with, and how long the cycle is or how short the cycle is, and themes of this cycle. Remember, it's important to stay open to the influence of that our family of origin had on teaching us about relationships, on modeling to us how much to tolerate, and the ways that we actually numb out or actually leave the relationship emotionally at times because we can't endure it. And that's the only way we can reinforce the pattern and stay. So if you're interested in looking at your own cycle and looking at the health of your relationships, sign up for the workshop that I'm offering by clicking the link below and getting more information about it.